Say, ain't nobody here watching me. I can take a little bite of that slop and won't nobody even know about it. See, that's why when I see the homeless walking on the street, everybody always tell me, don't give them any money. But I come to tell you today that all of my money has been blessed by the Lord. And whatever they want to do with it, they better do the right thing with it. Because I don't want to see nobody going through a hunger stage. I don't want to see nobody going through a closing stage. Anybody walking with me today? Can I get a witness here? And wow, God is getting ready to bow down. See, it's something about the position that he found himself in. He found himself bending down on bended knee. And my Bible tells me that this is the proper position for asking what you want from the Lord. And you don't have to open your mouth. All you got to do is feel it on the inside. And as he begins to look at that old slop, the words of his father begin to come back to him. He said, now I done came to myself. I done got myself up on my knees a little bit. And I begin to observe my surroundings. And I don't see nothing that looks like my father's house. But in my father's house, there is food and enough to spare. Why my legs are good and why my stomach is hurting, I'm going to find my way back to my father's house. Yeah! I got to find my way back to my father's house. Come to tell you today, you may have got straight off a little bit. You may have got off the course a little bit. But I dare you to come to your senses and find yourself going back to your father's house. Coming back to the pastor saying, Father, Pastor, I'm sorry for the trouble that I raised in the church. I'm sorry, Mother, for being disobedient. I'm sorry because nothing is going to work unless we all come into agreement. If we don't come together, then we're just over here making noise like a sounding cymbal. But I heard the word say, may you rejoice in heaven over one sinner. Every time to the house of the Lord. Brother Marquis, I can see him walking a little bit. Because I had to walk sometime. And I started out slow walking. And I'm trying to decide, Mother, if I want to go back to where I came from. Or if I want to stay here. So I'm just walking a little slower, trying to get my mind wrapped around it. You know what they're going to say about me? Because I left the church. You know what they're going to say about me? Because I left Mama. You know what they're going to say about me? Because I left Daddy. But I kept on walking. And after a while, I realized I wouldn't think about it no more. I realized I wouldn't worry about it no more. And when I started to walk, my face picked up. My face started moving because I could see my father. They would be there waiting on me. After a while, I got a little run on. After a while, I got a little run on. Yes. And you know, sometimes when you run, if they ain't in good shape like me, Mother, you get a little windy and you have to stop and wait a minute. Let me get myself together. But you don't stay there alone. You get on back up and start walking. Then you be shaking sometimes. Or I be hurting sometimes. But I gotta go. I got a determination that I'm trying to make it through. So yeah. See, because there is a middle of the journey, and there is an end of the journey. But brother, nobody tells you about the middle of the journey. They didn't tell you that I'm still 2 miles from home. And I'm hungry. And I'm thirsty. I want to quit. But I keep thinking about my Father's house. And when I think about my Father's house, I get a little bit more joy. I get a little bit more strength. I get a little bit more determination. I get a little bit more go ahead. I get a little bit more giddy up in my step. I get a little bit more. I get a little bit more. I get a little bit more. Yes, I do. Can I finish painting my picture here?
Go ahead.
He gets to the outskirts of his father's house. He begins to look around like I do when I go back to my own natural father's house. I stand outside and I remember where we came from. When I was growing up as a little kid. There are 13 people in my family. I got 6 brothers. I got 7 brothers. And I got 6 sisters. So don't you know that was some turmoil in that house all the time. There were at least 10 people in the house at one time. And I began to look at it. And I began to think about it. And mother, I still remember the names that they used to call us. Them old dirty dirtins. Them old holy rollers. Them dirt daubers. They ain't gonna amount to nothing. But I come to tell you today that my mother and my father had a determination to train me and teach me and to tell me, I know you've been hurt, I know your heart been heavy, but hold on to the truth of your mother, hold on to the words of your father, hold on. And I begin to look at it. 3 pairs of clothes. I don't know if y'all been there yet. We had 3 white shirts and 2 pairs of blue jeans. And when we would go to school, people thought that we should be nasty and we should be raggedy. But every day, Mama got that urn and showed us one time how to earn your shirt and how to earn your pants. We talking about teaching, training, and development. And when Mama showed me how to put the urn on the shirt and how to put the urn on the pants, I want to let you know today that I don't need no cleaners to earn my shirts. I don't need no cleaners to earn my pants. I can do better than the cleaners can. I can do better than the cleaners can. Because I've been taught, I've been trained, I've been developed. Let me get ready to get out of here. He's standing at the outskirts of the house. And he's looking at the house. And says something about your mother and your father. The Bible tells me that the father was in the window that day. We don't know how many days he's been in the window. And I want to tell your fathers today, don't let nobody get it misconstrued that father love their children just like the mothers do. So mama, if you trying to drag the father through, talking about he's a no good bomb, well let him be a no good bomb in your sight, but not a no good bomb in your child's sight. Don't ridicule the child in front of that father, and don't ridicule the father in front of that child. He's waiting there. Don't know how many sleepless nights. Because all he could think about that his son was gone. His son was away from home. And he knew that he had been trained, taught, and developed in all of the same ways as the other children. And his heart might have been heavy. And he woke up one morning and I can see in my mind's eye that a parent knows their child. He might have woke up that morning and and said to his wife, look at here, wife, you know the son that's been missing, he's coming home. She said, how do you know? He said, because faith told me so. I believe in the word of faith, and I believe in the word of the Lord, that you have read in the scroll since you were a little one, that God will restore, and God will redeem, and God will reclaim. He's going to send my son home. And there he is in the middle of that day, and begin to draw back the curtain and looked out on the field. And there he saw a figure standing out there in the field. And I can imagine the young man was probably in the field walking in circles. Say, I done messed up with my father. I don't know how I'm going to make it right with him. But the father looked at him and said, I believe that looked like my son. Wait a minute here. Let me wipe my eyes one more time, because you know I'm getting old and feeble. I can't see like I used to, but the silhouette of him from his head down to his shoulders looks like him. The silhouette from his waist down to his thighs looks like him. The silhouette from his knees to his feet looks like him. And I can see the young man get encouraged and say, I'm going to go home to my father. And he began to take a step, and the father